For my final project, I decided to take a deep dive into Tableau and learn a little bit more about it so I could have a little bit more context when I'm speaking about BIME to my customers on a daily basis. So the context in which I did this was in the framework of the demo path that we do on a daily basis at BIME. Using that same data, I thought that I would be able to get a really good comparison and feeling for what strengths Tableau has, and then what kind of weaknesses they have as well, being able to compare it really side by side with something that I'm very familiar with in BIME. The first place that I went to look was the connectors. So on the left are all of the connectors that BIME currently has, and on the right were the connectors I was allowed to choose from within the Tableau desktop program. So the biggest difference that I saw was within Tableau, I saw a couple of connectors that we actually hear quite a bit about at BIME that we do not have, and those were the Cloudera Hadoop and the Hortonworks Hadoop Hive. On the flip side, however, they did seem to be missing some of the more, I guess, trendy data sources in terms of social media specifically. So they didn't have a Facebook, a Twitter, YouTube connectors, and those are things that we get asked about on a semi-regular basis, especially dealing with organizations looking at marketing and trying to understand what their consumers looking for on a little bit more of a real-time basis. Next, once I was able to connect, because the data source was just in an Excel file, I went to the user interface. And immediately I realized just how established Tableau was, because you could tell by their user interface that this is something that had been around for a very long time. Whereas you see on the BIME user interface on the left, it's very tablet friendly. It's almost just got bubbles, looks like something that you could definitely use on a daily basis, or anything else that I use as a consumer on a daily basis. On the right was Tableau, which was much more, you could tell it was a little bit more Windows based, and something really geared towards somebody who works with computers and maybe a little bit of antiquated programs on a daily basis. I could tell that there was quite a bit of robustness to it just from all the different options. However, as a new user, I didn't really have a lot of idea of where to go or how to set things up. The other thing that was very pertinent to me was that there was no way that this interface was going to be able to use on a tablet anytime soon. And the second was that being a Mac user, the fact that there was so much right-clicking involved was very unintuitive. The plus side that I did find with Tableau, though, from a new user perspective, is while I didn't feel like it was as intuitive as BIME, there was a very large established user community. So the second I had a question on where something was or how to do it, it really was as simple as Googling it, and somebody had already had the answer out there, which I could see being a good strength as far as Tableau in terms of them being an established player. Next, I just wanted to highlight some of the big differences I saw in terms of the capabilities for visualization. And the one that I really found compelling within Tableau was the word cloud. So these are both the same pieces of information. On the left is Sunburst, which is one of the latest visualizations come out with by BIME. There's a lot of interactivity with the Sunburst. It also, you can see some of the hierarchy in terms of looking at what comes from a smartphone, what comes from a tablet, accessories, whereas over here it's just saying kind of on top accessories, headphones, tablets, iPad, and you're not really able to see, other than in the context of how big it is, the words, but I did find this word cloud really visually compelling, and I know that it's something personally on a daily basis that when I'm looking at different articles and visuals that I come across, it's something that compels me to read more. So I thought that this was an advantage for Tableau to have this word cloud visualization, and something that I would certainly keep in mind knowing as a competitor. Finally, I went through the entire dashboard process, which takes, probably 30 minutes on either platform. But the major difference in the Tableau and the BIME our dashboard that you see here is that I actually wasn't even able to make one of the visualizations that's a key part of our demo path. Now, I'm aware that this is probably something that was made by design, but since that Tableau didn't have a Twitter connection, I wasn't able to do that. However, the other three visualizations are going to be fairly similar. So if you see right here, this is on both sides there's a map of sales and revenue from this data set that I have that's just a theoretical cell phone e-commerce retailer. Down here in the bottom there is a tree map on both sides. This was equally capable in both platforms. However, I did think that visually this one on the left was a little bit more compelling, and this one was a little bit more software old school type of visualization without, especially because of the size of the type. Now, to be honest, I didn't really look. I imagine there is a way to resize the font, but I do like that within BIME it changes the size of font based on the size of the box. And then fairly similar over here, on both platforms you were able to blend the two data sources, where I added a Google Analytics and the Excel connection and was able to compare in both the correlation between profit and visits to a website in a month. And once again, be able to put that logo in. So overall, I think this was a extremely good learning experience in terms of I have a much better ability to already, in working with our demo path, answer questions about Tableau and what our customers have been used to, and how we can help them move forward in this data visualization process.